the advantages of a two-state solution are not new. What is new is that agreeing to a two-state solution now will not only deliver peace to Israel and Palestine, but also give Israel normal relations between them and the entire Arab world. That is the opportunity that I think exists. And those are the terms being offered in the Arab Peace Initiative. And this initiative is the second reason why I believe we have a new political landscape in the Middle East today and some grounds for optimism. And certainly my government, my country, pushed very strongly before President Obama was elected, urging the Arab states to re-articulate the Arab Peace Initiative and to present it to the incoming administration. And I very much welcome the fact that that happened. And I think absolutely that the Arab Peace Initiative is game-changing, primarily because it recognises that the problems between Israel and Palestine cannot be viewed in isolation. This initiative recognises that we live in an increasingly interdependent world and that we rely on each other for fundamental solutions. For the first time, Israel is being offered the chance to throw off the curse, if you like, of living in interesting times. For the first time, it has the chance to be just another country worrying about the economy and global warming instead of where the next attack might actually take place. And that is a substantial offer that I think the Israelis would be wrong to dismiss lightly. But it's also, and I think this has to be understood, it is a time-limited offer. The Arab moderates who pushed the more hardline states into agreeing this initiative say that they won't be able to keep the offer on the table forever. And that's the reality of that political situation. If there is further violence, for example, the offer could be withdrawn and this opportunity missed. Now, I know that there are things about the Arab Peace Initiative that the Israelis and others might not like. We know that there will be difficult concessions that both sides have to make. But Israel can't wait, in my view, until the offer is perfect. That day, bluntly, will never come. We also need to see, I think, a response from the Israeli government to the Arab Peace Initiative in a meaningful way. And I say that particularly with respect to the issue of settlements, which are illegal on occupied territory under international law. Perhaps as importantly, if not more importantly, they create facts on the ground which fundamentally undermine the prospects for peace. So we do need to see movement on that issue. But all of that brings me back to Senator Kennedy's message to the graduating class of 65. You'll never be able to shape the world to your liking. Instead, understand and accept the intrinsic strength that independent states have, and understand that giving the strength to the Palestinian people will allow them to respond in a similar manner. I also think that when we look at what needs to become and we look at the forthcoming elections in the Palestinian territories in the coming year, we need to get this process started because we need to give the moderates something to vote for in those Palestinian elections. If there is no progress, if there is no momentum towards Palestinian statehood, then the risk and the danger is that people will vote for resistance. That same message, I think, needs to be understood by the Palestinians as well. They can't realistically expect to get everything they want from a peace settlement, but they will get none of what they want if they and others in the region continue to threaten Israel. By taking bold steps now, the Palestinians too can take advantage of the new political landscape to deliver peace. And I can't emphasise enough how important it is, I think, to grasp that chance for peace now. We can't wait for the next government in Israel or a unified Palestinian body, and we can't wait for every grievance, however genuine and worthy, to be dealt with to the satisfaction of all concerned. Because if we wait for the optimal outcome, then I think there will be no outcome at all. And whilst we wait for the impossible, this conflict will continue to destroy the futures of those in Israel and Palestine alike. And it will continue to poison global politics in a way that prevents us coming together on the big issues that are faced by all nations. And I also think in saying that, we need to be very clear that rightly or wrongly, the lack of progress in the Middle East, the conflict in the Middle East, is actually used as a recruiting sergeant by violent extremists right the way across this planet. Now, at this time, I think we also all need to be fervent moderates, pushing hard for a settlement. But we also need to be radicals in our pursuit of peace, taking every step that leads to the ultimate goal of peace, and not ones that take this possibility further away. And most of all, we need to remain committed to a comprehensive peace between Israel and its Arab neighbours, and to pursue that peace on every front and with every tool at our disposal. The United Kingdom and our government will certainly do that, and I know from statements made by President Obama, Secretary of State Clinton and Senator Mitchell that this is the US administration's intention as well. As we saw with Northern Ireland, diplomacy and dialogue were the key, but so too was the role of the diaspora. The Boston-based diaspora played a constructive role in helping to support the conflict resolution process in Northern Ireland and ultimately deliver that goal of peace. Boston had interested parties and also centres of expertise and influence that provided a setting for valuable dialogue and discussion. And I think, as with Northern Ireland, you in Boston can help deliver peace in the Middle East by recognising the unique opportunity that now exists, by ensuring that you support moves by your government and others to deliver that peace, and by telling anyone who says now isn't the right time for peace that they are fundamentally wrong, and by contributing, and I think this is the key role of higher education in this city, thoughts and ideas to that peace process. Peace in the Middle East won't come about by waiting for all the right pieces to slot into place. I think it's there now and it's ready to be grasped. I know many people are daunted by the challenges that we face in the Middle East. They have views on Hamas, they have views about the new Israeli government, and there are all sorts of difficulties that we have to face up to. But I also think we should have a sense of optimism. There are so many things in place at the moment that can help us to drive this process forward. We're certainly committed to that within the United Kingdom and look forward to working with our American partners to try and bring about the kind of peace that fundamentally matters to ordinary people in Israel and Palestine. And I think this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity, and I think we need to seize it. Can I thank you for being here today? Thank you for listening to me, and I now look forward happily to engaging in discussion. Thank you.